Hi y'all. Today I want to talk about this LOA. I guess I don't think it's a technique. This law of assumption. How can I say it? I guess technique. Yeah, let's call it a technique, whatever. I don't really think it's a technique, but maybe a different word for it will come to my mind as I am talking. I talk a lot about spirituality, a lot about mindset on my channel. I don't just want my channel to be dead set on like one thing. Like, I want to incorporate law of assumption, spirituality, mindset. I want them to flow together in my videos. So I'm going to be talking about everyone is you pushed out today. Concept. It's a law of assumption concept. Everyone is you pushed out. That's what I'll be talking about today, and I'm gonna just be talking about how I've used this in my personal life to change relationships, different relationships that I've had in my personal life using everyone is you pushed out. And I don't know, I might talk about one or two, maybe just one. What is everyone is you pushed out? Everyone is you pushed out is pretty much just the idea that everybody that I encounter is just a reflection of myself. How this person is showing up is just a reflection of myself. How this person is treating me is just a reflection of myself. And it's not only just a reflection of yourself, it is a reflection of the assumptions that you hold about that said person. So I know a lot of you may have had this experience, shared experience, that say you and your friend know this third person. Your friend might think that they are the sweetest person on earth, that they are so nice, you know, they're so awesome to hang around with, and blah blah blah, whatever. But you have a totally different experience with this person. Like, you think that they are annoying, you think that they're mean, you don't think they're fun to hang around. That is because you and your friend share different assumptions about said person. You have the assumption that this person is mean, that this person isn't fun to hang out with, whatever. You just think negatively about this person. That person has absolutely no choice but to show up in your life acting out exactly how you are assuming them to be. That person could go into somebody else's life, aka your friend. They could go show up in their lives acting completely different because your friend has completely different assumptions about them. I know a lot of people use the law of assumption to like manifest specific people, to manifest like fixing relationships with people, and I have done this in my own personal life. And I just want to talk about how important it is to understand that everybody is you pushed out. If you're expecting, say you're one to manifest a boyfriend, a new boyfriend, if you're expecting every guy to cheat on you, if you're expecting every guy to lie to you, if you're expecting every guy to treat you bad, to be abusive, maybe because of past relationships that gave you these fears, these assumptions, maybe because of things that you've seen growing up, all your assumptions come from somewhere. It's not just like you were born with these assumptions. Nobody is just born with negative assumptions. We are all born as positive beings. It's like things that we go through in our life that give us these assumptions, and then sadly but surely it will show up in how we interact with people, you know. So say you got cheated on or played once, you might have the assumption now that everybody that you date is going to cheat on you and play you. So at first it might be going good, but you might notice that you have these thoughts arising like, are they cheating on me? Like, nah, he's probably talking to other people. He's probably like, you will start to get these thoughts, these ideas coming out of nowhere. You know, your mind will start playing tricks on you because you have these assumptions in your subconscious mind. It is insane how this works, but that's why I'm teaching it to people, because a lot of people don't understand this about their minds and how all of this correlates with your relationships, not just intimate relationships, like relationships with your family, with your friends. And I'm gonna go into how I use this later on, but I'm just talking about, you know, the basics. You got to get to the basics before you get to the story, you feel me? So say you think that all these guys play you and nobody will ever take you seriously. That person literally has no choice but to show up like that in your life. That's how you're expecting them to show up. That's how they are going to show up. And it might not be like right away, but as time goes on, you might have these weird behaviors that you start to do. Like, you might want to check their phone. You might want to check their following on Instagram. You might want to check like whose pictures are liking, because your mind is telling you that they are playing you. Your mind is telling you that they're going to cheat on you. Even if that's not the truth, your mind will skew up these stories, you know? And if you don't bring awareness to that, it's just going to be a repeated cycle. Even if you break up with that person, you still have that assumption, and it's going to drag out into your next relationship. So it's very important to understand that everybody is you pushed out. You need to have good assumptions about people. You need to have the assumption that every guy that you, or every girl that you date, that you want a relationship with, wants a relationship with you. If not as much, more than you want that relationship. They like you more than you like them. They want to be with you more than you want to be with them. They fell in love with you, love at first sight, boom. You know, you want to have these good assumptions about people so that they could show up in your life as their best way, as the best version of themselves. And when you have good assumptions about people, you show up as the best version of yourself. When you have bad assumptions, your thoughts will create these actions and will make more negative thoughts. Even if it's not true, it will become true. It will become your reality, because your thoughts create your reality. If you're thinking that somebody's going to cheat on you, don't be surprised when they cheat on you. If you think that every time you get a new friend that she wants to steal your boyfriend, or she likes every guy that you like, or she talks to every guy that you talk to, don't be surprised if that new friend ends up doing that to you. Like, it sounds crazy, but that is literally how the mind works. Your mind creates your reality. So it's important to keep in mind that, okay, have good assumptions about people. If people will still show up, you know, not treating you the best, do not blame yourself. Don't blame yourself, especially if you know that you are putting in the work to change these assumptions. It's different if you're aware of the assumptions and you just don't change them. If you're trying to change these assumptions, just understand that these people will change eventually, you know? But it's not your job to stick around for them to change. It's your job to continue to have good assumptions about everybody. It takes a while for these assumptions to, you know, stick in your subconscious mind, because we're programmed. Like, our brains are like computers. So if you're exposed to a certain kind of treatment for a prolonged amount of time, it's gonna be kind of hard to get that out, you know? So yeah, you might now understand that I'm telling you, you might understand that, damn, I kind of have the assumption that I get cheated on. I kind of have the assumption that, you know, every time I make a new friend, they end up like doing something to me, like backstabbing me or whatever. Yes, you could change that assumption instantly, but understand that the 3D world is delayed, okay? Understand that your 3D might not change just as soon as you start to change your thoughts. It takes repetition to change your reality. It takes continuously telling yourself new things, new thoughts to change your reality. Your reality has no choice but to show you what you're thinking. So just keep that in mind. So this video is getting kind of long, so let me just get into how I use this in a personal relationship in my life. I already know that she's gonna watch this. So hi mom. She's always like the first viewer, and I love my mom dearly, okay? I love my mom so much that I took the time to change my assumptions about my mom, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I had negative assumptions about my mom. I'm not really gonna get into what negative assumptions I had, but just know that we used to argue a lot, like a lot, okay? Now, we still have our disagreements, don't get me wrong, but we used to argue so much. It was really bothering me how much we used to argue. And, you know, the more I learned about the law of assumption, the more I learned about everyone is you pushed out, because a lot of LOA coaches, law of assumption coaches, will tell you this. Like, it's like the first thing that you learn, really, if it's a good coach. This is like the first thing that they talk about is everybody is you pushed out. Like, you have to know this. You have to understand this. So I took the time to start to change my thoughts about my mom, to start to assume that she'll show up in a better way, you know, to start to assume that, just assume better things about her. And by me doing this, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not see any movement right away from my mom. I did not see movement right away from my mom. We would still be arguing, you know, there would still be like moments where it's just like, bro, like this is not working. But I kept doing that. I kept changing my thoughts about our relationship. Like, I would just tell myself that we had a good relationship, that, you know, we barely argue anymore, like we were always doing stuff together. Like, I would start to tell myself that over and over again. Even if I wasn't seeing it, I would tell myself over and over again, like, it's changing, like it's getting better. And now, the way our relationship is now, I would have never imagined our relationship to be so calm, okay? It is calm. It is so calm. Like, it's insane. And it didn't take long at all. It didn't take long. And I will say the reason why it worked so fast is because I was telling myself the new changes that I wanted in our relationship so much that I started to see how my behaviors towards my mom changed as well. You know, it's not just about the other person. Your behaviors will start to change, and then it will start to change how they're showing up in your life. I don't know, it's just crazy how the mind works. It's crazy how you really are in control of your reality. Your thoughts control everything. And now we have the best relationship. Me and my mom are so close, and that's my best friend. I would do anything for my mom. And there was a point where I thought that, like, we would never speak. Like, there was a point where I thought, like, we were never going to speak again. Like, there was no coming back in our relationship at one point. But now we're like this. Like, it's insane how things have changed. And it could change for you too. It doesn't have to be a relationship with a family member. It could be a relationship with a special person in your life. It could be a friendship, you know. Any relationship, you could change. Things could change. It just has to start with you. It starts with you. Everything starts with you. You know, don't be mad at how somebody else is showing up. Don't be mad at that person. Everything starts with you. Everything is you pushed out. That's the whole key to that concept right there. That's like You just got to know that it starts with you. Focus on yourself, love yourself, and love other people. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, have a great night whenever you're watching this. Bye.